that example of looking for customers that have a good opportunity for a battery addition on top of a PV system. So this is something that I think is going to become more and more of a focus, because a lot of these solar customers are really driving a duck curve load shape that is very costly to the utility. The question is, which of the solar customers are great targets for a battery retrofit and which may not really deliver? Targeting is in part about finding the customers who have a big opportunity, but it's also in part about finding customers who maybe are not worth the investment to the broader rate base, and finding different programs for them that are better fits. So let's actually take this on. Let's look at the residential sector. We have computed all of the negative energy usage, or the NEM, sort of the NEM time periods, and added all of that together. But I want to focus on a specific targeting feature here. So first of all, I'm going to select solar customers. I don't know that I care about weekday or weekend here. I probably care a little bit more about the annual time frame, or maybe even the shoulder time frame, because now if we're thinking about when we have a lot of electrons that are being dumped into the ground in California, a lot of it's during those shoulder periods when it's mild and there's not a lot of heating and cooling. So why don't we take a look at the shoulder time frame? And then what I'm going to focus on here is a couple characteristics. One is, in the middle of the day, how much kWh are these solar customers using? Now we're talking, a lot of these customers are going to have negative usage in the middle of the day. So let's find customers that are in the sort of bottom half of shoulder midday kWh, because those are actually the customers that we probably want to go after. Let's also find customers that are in the, let's say, the top half of summer peak usage, or of peak consumption. So let's find customers in the top half there. We can iterate on these things. So this isn't necessarily the gold standard of a targeting criteria. We can always iterate a little bit and find the customers that are the best fit. So what we are finding here are, the customers in blue, which are a good probably quarter of the eligible population. These are now solar customers in residential, have a much deeper dip than the average customer, and much deeper in particular than the customers we haven't selected. And this is an indication that, hey, if you install a battery, these customers are actually going to charge. And they're not just going to have many days that go by where the battery never sort of gets tapped into. And especially in the summer and the winter, when there's more heating and cooling loads, these customers are still going to charge for the most part. And I can show you the summer, I can show you the winter, but just take my word for that. And then the other aspect of these customers is that they have a higher peak. So if you're talking about wanting to find customers that not only have a good opportunity to charge a battery in the middle of the day, but then can deploy that in the evening and actually shave peak load and really solve the duck curve issue, or mitigate the duck curve issue, then the customers in blue would be the first targets that I would go after.